Hello everyone. Tonight's video is on a IMC 172nd scale MiG-21 all-weather fighter with battle damage parts included. Now, when I was a kid, this really got me. Let's see, I was born in '58, so I think I was probably 10 or 12 when these came out. The battle damage, Vietnam War going on. I know that the F-4 Phantoms were fighting the Soviet-built North Vietnamese MiG-21s. And so I remember this one quite well. They had several that had battle damage parts. I'll show you those in a minute. Plus I've got another one of the kits here. But anyway, this was 172nd scale. There's no date on the box or the instructions that I saw. So I'm saying this would be somewhere between 68 and 72. Just by looking at the instructions, the decals, everything else in it. Really a great little kit and quite an interesting novelty to build a kit with battle damage on it. Although it wasn't like looking into it, but you could make it look somewhat like that if you had a painting guide or whatever. But anyway, hope you might enjoy this as much as I do bringing it to you. If you could, I'd appreciate you hitting the like and subscribe button. Really helps me out a ton, and I find that a lot of people watch but very few subscribe. So if you could help me out, it'd sure help in a long way. But anyway, let's get into this. I'll just turn the box around. It's old, it's a little damaged, but it gives you an idea of what the box looked like. This was kit 486-100. It was, if you hear the phone in the background, I'm not getting up to get it, so please forgive me. But it was Troy, Michigan. Industrio Motive Corporation, who was the producer of this. But anyway, to me, even though it's not full box art, it's still a great box art. Still a nighttime scene, being shot down. Great action pose for me. Let's see if I can get into this thing a bit. Oh, I'll go around the outside of it. There's the had an F-4 Phantom that had battle damage, Super Sabre, and F-105 Thunder Chief. I know the F-4 Phantom, they had an F-4 Phantom with battle damage, but I don't know if it was the B model or a different model. But anyway, let's see what we got inside. So sort of typical, you get an advertisement for the Apollo space program. And then you have the instruction sheet. I don't see a date. Battle damage kits, they had an F-4B, F-100D, F-105D, a Skyraider, and an A-4E Skyhawk. Very simple instructions. Not much to these kits. And a painting guide on the back. And then the kit, you got 3 fuselage halves, you got undamaged halves. These are pretty nice. They had some scribe lines, some raised rivets. You have 2 undamaged wings, all that stuff that would go along, and the instructions, and then they would give you a half with the battle damage, which, like I said, wasn't the best in the world. But if you were good with a paintbrush and you really liked the subject of battle damage and stuff, you could make a pretty nice little model out of the whole thing. And of course, once again, the instructions have got quite old. I mean, the decals have gotten quite old. But for a 1/72nd scale kit and a novelty item, I thought it was quite great. Once again, I always loved the space program, so when Revell or whoever would put in a flyer for anything that had to do with space, I was there. And then you had the instruction sheet. And like I said, I've looked and I don't see a date on it. And by having Troy, Michigan with the zip code, I know it goes past 1965, because I think before 65 there was no zip codes. And then the box top. Once again, a great looking kit. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. You all have a good evening. Be safe. Talk to you later. And hope you enjoyed it. Bye.